Now what you're following, that's idolatry, that's just faith. And all that wallowing that you tolerate, that's not faith. The kings of colony watched autonomy make our graves. The kings of colony know no policy, only rape. Now once you fall asleep, it won't bother you what they say. But the kings of colony, while they slaughter, they still complain. That we say, please color me, still too solemnly, still to blame. All hail economy, praise the pharmacy, seas in flame. They're buying up Hawaii, and the smoke's not even cleared. Those vultures smelled the fire and an enterprise appeared. Investment opportunities were melted down, communities leave vacant space. BlackRock has been lusting for years. The council meets in private and they don't discuss survivors. Concerns among construction groups are all Lahaina hears. They'll wander through your city with this mocking sword of pity, next to Oprah and her camera crew who tore the trail of tears, where footage flows as freely as the stream of liquid steel and the pools of pure aluminum that trickle down your wheels. And Biden's come to say he knows exactly how it feels, cause he had a kitchen fire once and had to miss a meal. And people still believe that piece of shit deserves your vote, like he's not why supplies are being smuggled in by boat, like he's not why our citizens were forced to stay and roast, and he can't unfreeze your funding, like he's not why supplies are being smuggled. I'll bet my every dollar Biden watched it with a smile. I bet he knows the whereabouts of every missing child. He's just the kind of man who lives to trample something tribal, collecting culture's corpses just to throw them on the pile. Like he and all his buddies didn't dream about the day when those who dared defy the donor class were cleared away, when home insurance triples and you can't afford to stay, and your land falls to the hands of those whose windfall fans the flames. The state will take Lahaina and they'll bastardize its name, and tourism will swarm it all the same. You see, the state we left Lahaina shows the ground rules of the game, the planes that in the night ignite the planes. And if questions raised that reckon the potential use of lasers, I suggest you take a closer shave by way of Occam's razor. And if those civilians stood between this country and its gains, then there's really nothing further to explain. Because you may know this already if you truly know our past, but this ain't the first occasion, and it will not be the last, where Americans are kettled in and made to bear the blast, barricaded in and left for ash. How many in Lahaina now are lying there awake, and they still can hear the city we left leveled in our wake? They still hear all the people that we let the fire take, instructed from above to stay in place. So look to the horizon, cause a fire comes for you. Desire made incarnate of the power-hungry few, who've instructed the police to not let anybody through, to barricade them in, and so they do. And that's the Kings of Colony.
Who are these people?
Okay, yeah, this is the Dust of Better Days. SWAT team took your neighbor today. watched them as they walked him away. You told yourself extremists come in all different shapes. Met his eyes and lowered your gaze. But is it too late for us to ever change? We're collecting the dust of better days. They're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to be safe, not meant to escape, not meant to wait. The sheriff stopped your daughter today. Pepper sprayed her twice in the face. He must have had good reason if he'd treat her that way. At least that's what they taught you to say. But is it too late for us to ever change? Once we're collecting the dust of better days. They're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to feel safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wait. The feds arrived and had you detained. Said you'd made some posts they want changed. Tased you till you felt like you'd forgotten your name, or life before they had you contained, or life before they had you contained. Oh, life before they had you contained. SWAT team took your neighbor today. And that's the dust of better days.
Who are these people?
This is Sunday Morning 40. We're 40 Sunday mornings out from normal, and the world is not the same. You said you waited for a warning, but the warning never came. Don't shine a light in my face. See, Nancy's gonna cut you a check too late. 2 years after your funeral's paid, 2 years after the grave, she'll be a little stronger for all of those dollars she saved. Watching you wake, watching you cling to your family, slipping away. Watch her do nothing but pray. Watch her condemn the Republicans, take them to brunch and then shrug it away. Now watch us be outraged half of a day, then pick a new hero to face our leaders and think they could beat them, playing the game they played since Pelosi had real human blood in her veins. They're all one and the same, sold off stocks and they all maintain that the risk was benign and the virus was tame. Flash forward in 40 Sunday mornings, fade 250,000 people in its wake, and a cruise ship sailed today. So Motherfucker, don't shine a light in my face. No. Wait. We're 40 Sunday mornings out from normal, and the world is not the same. You said you waited for warning, but the warning never came. Told you shine a light in my face. You said you waited for warning, but the warning never. And that's Sunday morning 40.
No, Indy left. What is happening here?
To check out IndependentLeft.news.
The Indie News Network.
Indie Left News.
Oh, hey, Indie Left.
IndependentLeft.news. Great work.
Indie Left News.
IndependentLeft.news.
Independent Left News.
Shout out to Independent Left News. Shout out.
Oh, what's up, Independent Left?
Friend show.
Thank you, IndependentLeft.news.
The INN, Indy, you're wonderful.
I think Indy was onto something.
Independent News Network, Indie News. Yeah. What's up, Indy, over on Rockfin?
Independent News Network, also known as INN.
Indie Left News.
I don't know if I would have made it through that 3 weeks without Indy, honestly.
No, I was just going to ask Indy.
A huge thank you and shout out to Indie Left.
No, you know what we're doing? We're world building, Indy.
Indie Left News.
You were doing the INN recruiting.
Indie News.
Independent Left News.
Shout out to Independent Left News.
Check out Independent Left News.
At Kennedy News.
I see Indy's in the chat. Hi, Indy. Okay, great. Bye.
Oh, wait. Bye. Yes. Woo! We did it. We're here. We hit the buttons. We did it right. Wow, look at Mr. Formal over here.
Well, it is an award show.
Dude is dressed in tux, t-shirt at least. All right. Nice.
The most formal of non-formal attire.
Sure. Where's the INN circle behind you? I don't see it there. Or is that only because I'm zoomed in? It's somewhere. That was 3D printed for all who have not seen it. That's pretty cool. Like it. Waiting for mine. Anyway, hi everybody. Hi Cynic, Mouse, Rick, and everyone over on Misty's channel as well. This is the Indie Media Awards edition of How Do We Miss That? Instead of just doing a separate show for the Indie Media Awards like I did last year, it was only about 20-25 minutes to go through everything and everybody. It was a little weird. And like, you know what? First of all, I did it by myself, which was weird in itself, but I don't do much alone. And on top of that, so I figured out. Heyo.
Don't lie. We know you do everything alone.
Oh, dude. Turns on sampler. Okay, yeah, I get it. All right, so let's turn off Sunday morning number 40 because it's not Sunday 40 anymore. This is the Indie Media Awards, and it's Sunday night, and it's How Do We Miss That? Episode 99. Holy shit. Never thought that we'd be doing 99 shows, 100 shows. Next week will either be no show or we will do a best of because I'm traveling. So I'm not going to be home to do a show. But we've got a big one tonight, and I am super excited about it. We're going to get to honoring 31 of the best out there. Not to knock on or anything about the 38 of last year are still the best of the best, and we're just adding to it this year. So we've been watching, we've been paying attention. We definitely missed some people last year. This is more like a Hall of Fame. Other than horrific shit going on in our Twitter feeds, what have you been up to this week, dude?
Not much. Trying to get the 3D printer to 3D print stuff and doing shows and all the normal stuff that we do every week, Pinky. Try to take over the world mainly.
Yeah. We've been dealing with no YouTube channel all week. We got it back Friday. Hi, INN YouTube. We're back. So we're getting caught up there as far as getting some of the content back. INN news clips, and we'll be working on getting Nobody Wants to Work Anymore and the American Tradition, and everything that was run over on the Indie Left channel will find its way over. We've also, by the way, big news, been accepted into the Rumble Partner Program, a small creator partner program. They opened this up to, I think it's only 50 creators, and I got in there and I applied on time for INN. And as long as we stream on Rumble for an average of 2 hours per day for 30 days, they'll hook us up with a couple of bucks. So really appreciate that. And go to rumble.com/c/Indie News Network to hook us up there. And so what we've been doing yesterday, I think we had 14 hours of content, 14 hours of video, and we were live streaming all day. An old Tara stream where she did an interview with Fiorella live from Moscow, and an old Jett video. It was episode 2 of American Tradition where we were roasting Joe Biden, and we did an Angel in the Afternoon. We ran an INN news clip on a loop, and I put together a best of segment for the morning, which I would encourage everybody. I think it even ran on this channel that you're watching now. And I would encourage everybody to go back. It was a best of segment of all of the indie media honorees that were featured on How Do We Miss That, or some of them, in segments where we were reading Indie Media Award honorees articles. And Kit Cabello was actually joined us on one of them where we talked about Substack and Twitter and the war that was going on there between Elmo and Substack, which is still going on, by the way. So I thought it was ultra relevant to show that one. But we are also live. We're live on 15 channels tonight, everybody. We're live on every INN channel, and we're live on every Indie Left channel, 7 for each. In addition, we're live on Indie Left's Telegram channel. So we are live everywhere. Reef is getting all the buttons ready. He's setting up the audio, because I'm sure there'll be plenty of sound bits. Before we get to the awards, and I love everybody hanging with us, and I appreciate if you do. But there are 2 stories that they're actually written by Indie Media Award honorees that I think we should talk about first, because they're going to set us up for exactly what the Indie Media Awards is all about. So, first off, we have Consortium News, and they are, of course, an amazing Indie Media Award honoree. They're one of the best. Love them to death. I hear a little feedback. No.
What?
Oh, that was weird. Are you too close to your mic?
I don't think so.
Maybe. Anyway, so Consortium News. I definitely hear that. Do I have a loop somewhere?
No.
Oh boy. Okay, so Consortium News. I get an email on, wow, was it Sunday morning? I don't think it was Sunday morning. I think it was Monday morning. But anyway, Consortium News is suing the U.S. government. So Kathy Vogan, friend of the network, friend of Misty, friend of Indy, friend of mine, sends me, I noticed that there was going to be an alert. There was an email alert from Consortium News about 10 o'clock in the morning. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. It was Monday morning. So I messaged Kathy and I'm like, so what's going on? I saw they had put out a clip earlier in the morning about Julian Assange and this lawyer, Bruce. And I'm like, oh, is there some big Assange news about to drop? They said there's a press conference coming at 10 a.m. Ooh. No, as it turns out, they actually announced, and they had a press conference, that they were suing NewsGuard and the U.S. government about what was uncovered in the Twitter files, which is something that we've been covering here. So I thought it was highly relevant, on top of the fact that it involves several of our Indie Media Award honorees. By the way, I haven't heard the sound yet. That sound.
You haven't heard it yet?
No, not on my side.
Like the entire time?
Like the entire time I've been here.
Okay, well then.
So I hear a hissing. It sounded like heavy breathing. That was not a sound though. So they filed a lawsuit against both NewsGuard, and who is NewsGuard? We're going to talk about that. And the federal government to violate the First Amendment. So what happened? In New York federal court, a media watchdog joined with U.S. intelligence to suppress foreign policy dissent. And that is the contention by Joe Lauria and the folks over at Consortium News. That the U.S. government and an internet watchdog, NewsGuard Technologies, Inc., were sued in federal court in Manhattan for First Amendment violations and defamation by news organization Consortium for Independent Journalism, which is a nonprofit that publishes Consortium News. The court filing charges that the Pentagon's Cyber Command, which is an element of the intelligence community, with contracting...
That isn't like the Power Rangers headquarters, Cyber Command?
Oh, goodness. I think they have a little bit more power than the Power Rangers, unfortunately.
Hey, dude, don't be hating on the Green Ranger like that, bro. Don't be doing it.
All right, but...
You know?
They contracted with NewsGuard to identify, report, and abridge the speech of American media organizations that dissent from official U.S. positions on foreign policy. Great. So in the course of its contract with the Pentagon, we know NewsGuard is acting jointly or in concert with the United States to coerce news organizations to alter viewpoints as to Ukraine, Russia, Syria, imposing a form of censorship and repression of views that differ or dissent from policies of the United States and its allies, the complaint states. Again, that's pretty important.